We'll call this meeting to order. Regular city council meeting, city of Dalhart. Today, August 22nd, 2022 at 6 p.m. First item on the agenda is prayer. Parker, would you mind leading us in prayer?
Thank you for letting us be able to gather here. Please help us to make wise and conscious decisions in the city as we go forward. Thank you for our first responders and all those serving overseas and here locally, Lord. And pray for wise decisions and peace in everything that we do up here, Lord. In your name I pray. Amen.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is minutes. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting on August. Pledge. We're gonna do that today. Pledge of the United States of Texas. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
The republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor of the
Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state.
Please approve the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 1, public comments. Item number 2, consider and act upon request by Dalhart Youth Basketball League for community development funds. Purchase 2 rollaway basketball goals. Gene, I know you guys have been up here before and requested this. If you wouldn't mind, just kind of requesting it again. This time we're going to do it out of the community development fund. You can kind of tell us what you want.
Okay, yeah, we requested $15,000 for 2 rollaway basketball goals for our travel tournaments and stuff throughout the year. And we will use them, I believe, at the junior high.
Okay.
In that back gym. So
I can entertain a motion to
I
approve.
would, so moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Gene.
thank you all.
Item number 3, consider and act upon approval of an application to obtain a taxi permit for Amber's bus.
Good evening. Mrs. Renteria went 2 weeks ago to apply for a taxi permit. And upon reading the ordinances, council does have to approve it. She does have all the required documents needing in order to obtain a taxi permit. So,
I see she met all the checklist items that you guys had for her.
yes, sir.
She has the proper insurance, I guess.
Yes. I have copies of everything. So,
I have one question about the alternate drivers.
there are no alternate drivers. No, sir. It's just going to be Mrs. Renteria.
The one,
She's the only one, and we've explained that to her. If there's another driver, then they would have to go through the whole process as Ms. Renteria does.
Thank you.
Okay?
Any other comments or questions?
Make a motion that we approve Mrs. Renteria's application for taxi driver.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 4, consider and act upon adopting resolution. Thank you, Rose.
Yes, thank you.
2022-03, denying Southwestern Public Service Company's proposed rate increase. So essentially, they were wanting to raise our rates for electricity, and we would like to deny that they do that, or at least take the steps to let them know that we're opposed to it. We can get a motion to move forward as to denying that request.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Discuss and or act upon the city of Dalhart's policy on boards, commissions, and committees. We had put together a committee to kind of set some guidelines and policies on procedures and different things that the committees are asking for when it comes to serving on our boards. I think Ginger, were you on that committee?
No,
No?
I think Michelle. Go Dwayne.
Yeah.
Oh, Emma, yeah.
Do y'all have anything you want to discuss or?
Well, it's presented, it's just the qualifiers we're gonna have to try to enhance our boards and clearer understanding of the job requirements and the importance of each committee. And it's just, the guidelines set up that we addressed. And Ginger was involved on the preliminary, remember that? And so, and we did, Stacy, I do believe you thought it was the appropriate form of action. It's just so that we didn't have the ability to train and facilitate the boards with the necessary items for them to do their job.
Okay.
I'll make the motion that we accept it.
Second it. All in favor? Any opposed? Discuss and approve post 2022 tax rate. So,
We skip
we skipped one.
6.
Skip 6. Discuss and act upon action on the city of Dalhart's volunteer board application.
Yeah, you want to.
So this is just gonna be an application that's gonna be out to the public to get more involvement on boards. Because if you look across all the boards, essentially right now, it's a lot of guys that are serving across many different things, trying to get more involvement from the community. Essentially is what it is. And it's gonna be an application process on the website and then forms here in City Hall that can be picked up. Preferably push everyone towards the website in the near future. And on this volunteer application, it will have a list of all the boards as well as what every board does. Gives an outline, we'll give meeting dates, things of that nature. I'll leave anything out.
Pretty much in that case. And what it is help to develop a pool of resources that people, if they are interested in it. And then it also is designated in there that you might ask to be on one particular board or committee. And we have the option to present it if we feel they're qualified for another, if we have an opening. And it's just a pool, and that will enhance the boards themselves. If they need to have a replacement or whatever action is taken, they have a pool to go to. And it is try to improve the volunteer force behind the boards and committees in town.
I have a question. I asked this earlier too, but is there, somebody had mentioned that there was going to be proxies. We're not going to have proxies sitting in place for those individuals, are we?
That hasn't been discussed with us.
Okay. No, it wasn't mentioned, and maybe not in this setting. So.
I didn't hear that.
What do you mean? Yeah.
If an individual can't make it, then they send somebody in their place.
No,
Okay.
you can't have somebody just step in. You have, the only thing on that relationship is the bit back on the other things that we'd have to do an ordinance amendment that we could have alternates, and we only have one board that has alternates, correct? And so if it got to be an issue, we would do, if we have trouble getting quorum, then we could have, when we're making notification, but we would have to do that as an ordinance change or an amendment to the ordinances on the committee and bylaws of each committee. You just can't have somebody come on in and do that. Because we are requiring on the previous part that you got to have a general knowledge of what's going on those boards and what the job curtails.
I think it'll be a good opportunity for the public that wants to serve on some of these boards. It'll kind of open it up and hopefully give them an opportunity and some insight as to what goes on.
I make a motion that we approve the application process for the City of Dalhart board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 7, discuss and approve proposed 2022 tax rate. So we're proposing to go to 0.413. This will net the city an additional $65,000. I feel like it's necessary because our expenses are going up as well as everybody else in the community. I mean, we're having to pay more for fuel and parts and materials. I think it's important to help us with our budget as well, that we try to, if we go to 0.413, we don't have to figure a vote. I think if it's a revenue out there that's available, we should try to go for it. So, if there are any questions or comments or concerns?
Make a motion, we approve the tax rate.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 8, first reading on 2022-2023 annual budget. Sarah?
Good evening.
First of all, thank you for working so hard. That's so taking care of it. Appreciate it.
Thank you, of course. So our fiscal year 2022-2023 operating fund for general fund will operate on a structurally balanced budget of $8.2 million. This is 5.2% higher than fiscal year 21-22. Property tax will bring in 37% of the city's revenue, while sales tax, the second largest revenue source of general fund, will bring in 23%, which is an increase of 5.9% of last year, or from this year. In addition, our water sewer fund will operate on $3.4 million with no increase from the last fiscal year. The budget will address critical infrastructure needs, staff development, competitive pay for critical positions, and operational efficiencies, which will translate into service level enhancement. Our capital expenditures make up a significant portion of the budget and include playground equipment at the city's pools and parks, phase 1 in our water tank storage rehabilitation, street paving and traffic improvements to Texas and First Street, and technology upgrades for the city and water department. Our fleet department is budgeted to purchase a fire truck, which we will receive a portion from a grant, a vehicle for our IT department, a trash truck, a police vehicle, and a compactor for the landfill. Salary adjustments are also being budgeted at 2% for cost of living, and the city of Dalhart will continue to study salaries and research incentives to better compensate employees. Furthermore, we're also committed to youth workforce development with the introduction of the Fleets Department pilot program on a high school age student to introduce diesel and auto mechanics during summer and holiday breaks. Our city is currently operating with 76 employees, 10 of which are part-time, and one of our top hiring priorities will consist of recruitment for lifeguards and summer help to support maintenance and upkeep activities throughout our city.
Okay. Do we need to open that reading
Yes.
initially? And I apologize, Sarah. I didn't want to interrupt you, but can we still open it? And then, did you have to repeat all that, or? So can we get a motion to open that reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Again, I know you've worked really hard and long hours on this budget, so definitely appreciate it. Are there any questions or comments from council as far as the budget goes?
I would like to address that we've been presented this in entirety separately. And so it's not like we're just sitting here
Sure.
Not looking at anything. We've done a lot of research and a lot of time spent on it. So I just want to point out, it's just not a,
Yeah, so for the record, each council member and myself has sat down with Stacy and Sarah and gone over this page by page. Very thorough, very much appreciated. So, yes, thank you both very much for that. So do we need to close the reading?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed?
Mayor, if I may, I believe on line 7, I should have said proposed tax rate on my
Okay, on your motion.
Yes, sir.
Item number 9, discussion of future agenda items for city council. Item number 10, comments from city manager and department heads.
So I would like to take a moment to introduce our new HR manager. Here. So she started last week.
Thanks for joining us, Liz.
Thank you. And then I also wanted to let y'all know that staff has looked at fees for permits. We will be doing slight increases in new residential permits, new commercial remodels, keeping plumbing, sewer, sprinkler, all the same. Doing an increase in roofing, carports, contractor registrations, and mechanical, keeping electrical for new residential and new commercial the same. And all the rates will be on the website. And then lastly, I wanted to let you know that tomorrow's Coffee with a Cop event has been canceled. Our interim police chief is currently on leave, and our acting police chief as of right now is Matthew Gonzalez.
Thank you. Anything else? Dennis, you got anything?
Sir, pretty good.
Rose?
Yeah.
Paul or Curtis? Anybody else?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I was thinking that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.